Hello viewers, welcome back to the Card Mat. Now I've cheated a little bit on this. Yeah, well I'm allowed to. The performance you're about to see, I've actually taken it from my other YouTube channel. Yeah, I've got two channels. This one's doing tutorials, the other one's basically just tricks. If you want to check out my other channel, I'll leave a link in the description box below. I'll be more than happy for you to check that out. As I say, there's a lot of different card tricks on it. If you see any of them that you'd like a tutorial on, give me a shout and I'll see what I can do. But this is a nice little sandwich one. I was just playing with the cards one day, trying to come up with a different way of doing a sandwich trick, and this one came to me. So as far as I'm aware, it's my own concept because I've never seen this trick being done. I've seen things similar to it, but not this trick. Well, with that, here comes the performance, and hopefully you'll like it enough to hang around for the tutorial. I do apologise, the tutorial is pretty long, but there's a lot covered in it. So for now, please enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that enough to hang around to see how it's done. Here's how it goes. You have two jokers. Well, I use two jokers. You can use any two cards really, preferably soulmates like two black aces, two red jacks. 2 red 7s, whichever you prefer. But I used the 2 jokers. And again, the jokers don't have to be identical. You can have the joker and the guarantee joker. You can use that one. So they can be contrasting, it doesn't really matter. Right, so you have your 2 jokers, or whichever you're using. Have your pack of cards to the right hand side, just on a bit of an angle. And have your card box on the left hand side, again on a bit of an angle, so they look about the same. And have a sort of the flap of the box is open, and it's open onto the table or the card mat. Right, you start off, you just show that you've got 2 jokers, nothing else, and you show your card box empty. You show the 2 jokers going fairly into the box, and you shut the flaps down, close it, and put it down the opposite way, so now it actually opens up off the table, not onto the table, opening up off the table. And put it back into roughly the same position that it was. Pick your cards up and you do whatever kinds of shuffles you want to do. Cuts, shuffles, anything you want to. Don't have to be fancy false ones, or you can throw a fancy false one in, but it's a genuine shuffles, because it's a genuine free choice that a spectator has. And you get them to pick a card, whichever method you're most happy with, whether or not you spread them out, you do a hand fan, you get them to do a riffle stop, Hindu cut, whichever you want to do. So you just get them to pick a card, completely random. Pick your pack back up and hold it into your biddle grip, your dealer's grip, or your mechanic's grip. Show them their card. If you want to, you can let them sign it. If you've got enough spare cards, let them sign it. It adds to the effect, actually. Show them it. It doesn't matter if you see it, but make sure they see it and they remember it. Riffle half the pack and stick it in. Because now what you're going to be doing is a side steal, or a centre steal, or a side palm, or a centre palm, whichever name you want to call it. All you do is wrist kill your hand, so they can see the wrist kill is just turning your hand face down, just so they can see that it's their card in the middle. And as you're turning it back over, you want to get it into position for doing the side steal. So all you're doing is putting it in halfway, wrist killing it, show it's their card and point to it. Then as you're turning it, as you're pushing it in, you push down mostly on that corner. So it's just that corner. Ooh, that went in too far with the flap. So it's just that corner that goes in and leaves it sticking out slightly like that at the front. So you can then manoeuvre it into that kind of a position. So it's just out jogged at the side, or side jogged. And when it's in that position, your hand's natural position is to bend your fingers around the pack, which makes it good, because all you're going to do is use that top joint on your little finger just to pinch that card. So you're actually stealing it out of the pack into a palm. So it goes down, you've closed, and all you're doing is just pulling it so it's just free of the pack. And then you grab hold of the pack in that hand, and it looks very natural because all your fingers are still bent. And you've got that card palmed in your hand where they can't see it. Now when you're doing that, have your hands slightly over this side. So you put it in, you get it into the palm, you just grabbed hold of it. Then you want to move your hand all the way over there, because you're going to be picking the box up now. So it's as if you're taking these out of focus. Because as soon as these start moving, start picking the box up. Put the cards down, and then just bring the 2 hands together. And all you're doing is depositing that card onto there. So you just pick it up, pull it together, and turn the box down so you can open the flap. And the way I do it is, from having it in the palm position, I just bring it across so the card hits there, and then with them 3 fingers I just grab that edge of the card and pull it in, and then the card's held there then with them 3 fingers at that side. when you put it on the back, you want to try and make sure that you clear the little half moon cut out, you know, where the little sticky label goes, the seal. Just underneath that half moon, but not underneath the end of the seal, because you've got to slide this up the back of the packet in a minute, and if it's underneath the seal, it'll catch you. So you want it just on the seal, but just underneath that half moon. So you put that there, you pull it together, you transfer it on, and then you wrist kill straight away. So it looks natural that you actually just done it, brought this hand over to open the packet. When you get it to that position, push them side flaps out of the way. You need them out of the way in a minute, because you're going to be getting that card from there, pulling it up and dropping that inside the box. And if them flaps are over, it's not going to get past them. It's going to hit into them and it won't go in the box. So make sure they're well bent out of the way. Start putting your fingers in, and if you need to, just grip everything with your fingers and your thumb so you can change position with this hand, because you need to go into like a neck type position, which is basically just holding it straight up so I can see the back and all you can see is the front. Pull the flap down so they can see the cards on the inside. Put your two fingers, and your fingers should already be there, but your fingers should be inside and just above the bend in your thumb, just where it starts to flatten out a bit. You need to get that into the half moon at the back, so it'll contact with the jokers, so you can pull the jokers out of the pack. But as you're doing it, you pull the jokers up a little bit, and then you're just bending your thumb onto the packet, so you start pulling that card up as well. And I say you got that all in a neck tight position. So you start pulling it up. As you do, just let go of that front flap and just push it slightly, because in a minute you're going to pull the cards right the way up, and you don't want it to flash the bottom of that card. You want that hidden by this flap in the front. So you start pulling it up, and when you get the jacks, the jokers, or what cards you're using, very near the top, just pinch the back card with your thumb against the box, just so you get the jokers up to split like that. But you want to split them slightly. I don't know if you can see that, just so they cover the width of the card. Because if you have it close together like that, it's very easy for that card just to move slightly to the side and it'll flash. And you don't want that to happen. So you pull up, you pinch, you get the front flap up, you just spread the two jokers, grab back hold of the card at the back, pick it up, get it to clear the back of the box, and then you just let go with your thumb, and that card's gone into the box. So I'll try and do that in a way that you can see what's going on. You got your two fingers in the box, your thumb gets there, pulls the jacks up a bit, clamps on that card, pulls that up with it, and you got your hand in that position. You get it just near the top, you just pinch onto that, jacks up a bit higher, just spread them just so you can see the whites of the jacks on the side, pull up a little bit higher till it clears the box, and then you just let go with your thumb and it's dropped straight in. And the edges of the jacks plus the front flap, the top flap on the box, hides the card dropping in. Now you might notice that the card makes a noise when it goes in. That's the only problem. The only thing you can really do is put something like some tissue paper at the bottom of your box, just so that when it drops in, it's got something a bit softer to land on, because you haven't got your cards out the box, you didn't put them back in. As long as you've got something at the bottom, just to stop it making that noise. So right, you got the jacks in, you stick your two fingers in, start pulling the jokers up, grab the card, let the front flap go up, pinch it, split the two jokers, pull forward and up, drop the card in, carry on forward and push the flap over on the box as you put it down. Now you want to keep hold of these gingerly, because you want it to give the impression that you've got a card at the back, because most people will think, well, he's loaded the card onto the box, and as I've done that, I'll just pull the cards up with it. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but most people will think there's a card at the back. So you just close them up carefully, then get hold of it in biddle grip. So you just get your first 2 fingers on the top edge and your thumb on the bottom edge, and you just slide the top card out and turn it to show it's a joker. Turn it face down and put it to the bottom. Then you can turn them over, and again in biddle grip, 2 fingers at the top, thumb at the bottom. You just slide the bottom card again to show the joker, and you close it back up again. Then you get your pack, and you split your pack roughly into half, and you want to get it as near to half as you can do. I'll try and get this so it's right. There we go, that'll do. So you just cut your pack into half, you put them down, again holding them tight so it looks as if you're not wanting them to split, and you put the rest of the pack back onto the top, square it up. Now most people will think that you've just done a sandwich and put a sandwich in the middle of the packet, where you haven't, you just put the 2 jokers in. I say what most people will think you've done is you've loaded the card onto the back of the box, and they're quite right, it is what you've done, but not quite right, because it's not what you've done, if you know what I mean. They know you put a card onto the box, you just split them, you've pulled up and you've dropped that one in, but they think you've still got hold of it at the back, all squared up, hidden behind them, so it can't be seen. As you put that down, then you've closed up, so they actually think you've got the 2 jokers with their card underneath it. So then when you take the top card off and show it to be a joker and put it to the bottom and turn the cards over and again slide the bottom one out, all they can see is the 2 jokers, and what I've done is move their card into the middle for a sandwich, which, as I say, is exactly what they think has happened. Yeah, that's the right way. Yeah. So anyway, you got up to that point where you put them into the pack. And you've lost them. Then you do whatever magical gesture you want to do. You click over them, your little bunny rabbit, hocus pocus. And then you get the cards and you just do a rainbow spread. That was pretty poo. Because you need to try and get the 2 jokers roughly up near the top. And that'll do. Because then you look at it and they'd be expecting to see another card in the middle sandwich. And you've got to make it look as if that's what you were expecting as well. So you just spread the cards away and you look at the jokers, you know, as if, where's the other card gone? This should have been a card. Put the jokers down here on the right hand side. On the right hand pack, take the top 2, well, the last 2 cards, turn them over to see if that's their card. Put them back. Turn over the 2 cards on this pack and it's not their card. Then pick this packet up, turn it face up and just do a little fan of about, well, just over a third of the pack, and fan them down so they can see every card. Do about half of what you got left and do another fan, and then everything else and do another fan. So now you've got 3 fans and you can see every single card in each of the fan. So you just pretend to look as if you're looking for their cards, which you can't see. You pick up the other pack from the right hand side and you do the exact same thing, about just over a third of the pack, and you fan them down. About half of what you got left and fan them down, and then what's left you fan them down. But as you're going to put these down, pick the jokers up, because they should fan into the place where the jokers were. Gives you a reason then to pick the jokers up and have another look at them and get them ready for the next move you're going to do. And basically all that is just positioning the cards in that kind of a position, so they're just together but this top card is more towards the middle, if you know what I mean. This is me right, so that's coming more to the left, and the bottom card is more down, so you get that little like V shape in there. Because then you're going to pick the card box up and you're going to put these in and sandwich the 7 in one straight sweet move. So you've got it in that position, and all you're doing when you have it towards you, but have the box on an angle up, have the cards on a bit of an angle, and all you're going to do is this bottom corner is going to go into the half moon, just to go underneath that card as you turn your wrist over, and you can see straight away I've sandwiched it. So it's just up, twist, around and in one movement. So it looks like you're just going to put the 2 jokers straight into the box. Close the box up and put it down. I like to put it down facing away from me with the flap on the top. Again, do whatever magical move or gesture you want to do. Pick the box up and then turn it over so you open the flap up towards the table. That way when you're taking the jokers out, they're going to be face up. Yeah, they're going to be face up. I take them out as one, so it just looks like you're taking one card out. Put the box back down, so it's again facing into the gap. Then again, do whatever you want to do. Click over it, give them a flick, a quick shake, anything. And just, all you do is just spread your fingers. You just do that with your fingers, just so the cards spread. Take the middle one out, turn it over, place it back in between the 2 jokers, but still out jogged a bit, and put that down to show that their card's there. And everything at the end looks, I mean, it's not just magic, is it? It's all about presentation and how you actually perform the things. And if you can do something that looks nice at the end, doesn't look, I mean, if I could have just spread them cards out and could have had the right jumble of mess everywhere. If you make it look nice, it looks better and people appreciate the trick better. Well, I hope you like that anyway. And I'll see you later.